Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Horror Podcast presents on Shudder, our ongoing guide to what's streaming on Shudder, and this is our Christmas edition. So this is going to go up after Christmas, but this is a Christmas movie, so sorry we're late, but it's still a damn good movie. My name is Sean,
I'm Missy.
and Missy, why don't you tell us what we watched and what we're recommending today?
We watched The Sacrifice Game, directed by Jen Wexler, who also did The Ranger, which is also awesome.
Yes.
But The Sacrifice Game is the this little indie flick that it feels very 70s. And I think it takes place in the 70s, right?
Yeah, 71. So like right on the cusp of like pre-Satanic Panic, but really like the events where spirituality of the 60s turned bad because of hard drugs and brown acid and all kinds of just fucked up stuff, occult, whatever. Not that occult is bad, but dark stuff, and that this movie has that, all of that. Well, maybe not the drugs, but it has dark occult stuff in spades.
Yeah. And that is all correct, but it also just feels like a 70s, like a movie that was made in the 70s, like the way
Yes,
it's
it
shot
does.
and everything.
Yes.
Is what I meant. About two two girls and a teacher are stuck at a boarding school over the holidays, and some bad guys invade and some bad shit goes down.
Real
And
bad.
it goes from there. On Christmas, they're there over the Christmas holidays.
It's one of those movies, so it's like Black Christmas or a movie we've talked about numerous times, neither one of us like, but it fits the mold, is Osgood Perkins' Black Coat's Daughter, where you've got, and there's other movies too, and I can't think of them, but it's a trope, right? It's like there's the one kid at this, private Catholic or whatever, all girls school. Everybody leaves for Christmas break, students and staff, and so they have one teacher and like a guard and a handyman
And two
staying
girls.
there. And then you've got the one girl that doesn't have family or whatever, so she doesn't go home, and then the other girl who's got a shitty stepdad that just left her there last minute, right? And so they're trying to make the most of it, but that's a common trope,
Trapped
your
at a school over the holidays and no
yes.
one's there.
And it's isolated, right? And it's another example of that. We talked about this recently, and I don't remember. I think it was during the Grant Resnick, where this idea of claustrophobia, but in a large space because you're alone. And so this kind of has
Mm-hmm.
that where it's a very large school, right? And there's just a couple people.
Right. But it also makes it incredibly immersive because it puts you in that place. You don't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the claustrophobia thing can start to play in. But it creates this immersive world.
Yes.
This starts out feeling like a heavy I mean, it's a school, but like a home invasion
Well, it
movie.
starts with a home invasion, right? Where we meet our bad guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's the one time we are someplace else. Once we get to the school, we stay there.
It's got such a like. So they use this song that I really like from an LA band called LA Witch, "Kill My Baby Tonight." I didn't know the song before the movie, but like since the movie, I've ingested the record, and they're a great band. But it just has this like Velvet Undergroundish, like this like jangly like 60s early 70s vibe to it, but like not nice,
Mm-hmm.
kind of witchy. And it's just the perfect. I'll never forget the first time I watched this movie 3 years ago. I've watched it every year since. Like, I just feel like that opening, and then you get the titles, like where the picture freezes and the title in yellow font just overlays,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's very much like House of the Devil.
Yeah,
Um,
for
there's
sure.
a definite aesthetic, and Jen Wexler is from the Fessenden camp, so she's directed those two movies, a couple of TV episodes, some shorts, but she's produced quite a few. I didn't realize how much she had produced, and like a lot of movies that I really, really like. A lot of them also from that Fessenden camp. You've got Fessenden's Depraved, Mickey Keating's Psychopaths, The Most Beautiful Island, which is just crazy movie. Like Me, which stars Fessenden. I love that movie. Mickey Keating's Darling, ABC's of Death too. Like Beneath. So she's really a producer first and foremost. But I really want her to direct more movies because I
Hmm.
really want to
Because
direct more movies.
both movies she directed are awesome.
Yeah, they're really awesome.
They're really awesome. I loved this movie. Apparently, I guess I watched it once a few years ago because I have a letterbox review.
I noticed that because
And
I was like, I thought this was her first.
I was really confused because I'm very good about logging movies after I watch them because otherwise you'll ask me what I watched and I won't remember anything. But with as much of a punch as this movie hit me with the other day, it surprises me that I totally forgot about it, apparently, because it felt like a first watch. Like I was surprised, I didn't see things coming, and I had a blast with it. So I don't know what happened a couple years ago. Um, I'm assuming maybe I watched it out of season, thinking we were doing something for the show, and then I wasn't really in the mood for it, and I just lost it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, and I'm typically very particular about watching festive horror at its proper time. I don't like to watch that stuff out of season, except for Thanksgiving, which is the exception because I'll watch that anytime because I think it's
Mm-hmm.
just a damn near perfect slasher and it's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I have no idea why I didn't remember this movie because it grabbed me immediately. Um, it's festive, it's got that 70s look, um, and it's like it packs a punch. There are moments in the movie that are really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, really uncomfortable and kind of unsettling and scary. It's a good movie and I will watch it seasonally now, but this isn't like fun seasonal. This isn't like Santa's Sleigh or something like this is a fucking horror movie.
Well, it's dark. So it is dark, and I feel like with a different director, this could have like really, really because there is a mean element, but that doesn't for some reason that doesn't like leave a residue on me like it does
Right, yeah.
from other people.
It's mean but not too mean.
Yeah. That's a good way to say it. And I mean, it's bloody as fuck. I mean, it opens with a
Yeah.
double murder that's just brutal. But it doesn't I don't know. It's not brutal in the way that other movies make
Hmm.
murder, you know,
It's just
I
it's
mean,
not it doesn't feel icky. It's mean, but it doesn't feel icky.
yeah.
And there are whereas like not exactly the right thing, but like Clockwork Orange, the home invasion scene in that feels super fucking icky.
Yeah.
This
Oh
doesn't.
yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I never thought of it before. I've always had this distinction between movies that I can see a movie like this and be like, this could cross my lines, but for whatever reason, it doesn't.
It
And
doesn't.
I wonder if it's like, if this is the whole argument about like making violence glossy and cinematic and like tamping it down with soundtrack and various things so that it feels less icky and then therefore like it's more coercive or whatever. I mean, I don't feel that, but I'm just saying. I wonder. I've never understood that argument that people have that are like, oh, horror movies are terrible for your brain and all this stuff. But maybe that has something to do with it. Whereas something like I would think if you're sitting around watching like Guinea Pig for entertainment, no offense to anyone that watches Guinea Pig, but like I would be like, that freaks me out.
Hmm.
You know, but this is just a movie, and I feel like I get a so I want to say this, but I almost don't want to say it because I don't want to turn people off. But like, I feel like there's a little bit of a Tarantino vibe. Like, definitely it's maybe with the music and like
It's
just
with the
some of the
music. It's the music and the font and stuff like that. I can feel it a little bit.
dialogue too. Like it's
Some of
snappy,
the,
you know, and like the
hmm
characters, even the bad guys, like they're bad guys, but like there's four of them and they have this chemistry that like just it's unique, you know. It's a really interesting movie and it's got a
it is.
hell of a turn in it, so don't read anything. I've never seen a trailer, so I don't know if a trailer would give
Me
anything
neither.
away, but I would say do not watch a trailer. Because I read a couple letterbox reviews from people whose letterbox I like, and they're like, saw that coming a mile away, still like the movie. But I'm like, the first time I watched this, I did not see it
I
coming.
did not. I mean, I know we've talked about this before. I like to immerse in stories and just take the ride. I don't really try to figure it out. So, I mean, first time watching this, it feels like a home invasion. And when it twists into something else, I didn't see it coming, but I loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
same.
Like that is what makes that turn is what or one of the things that makes this movie great.
Yeah,
If it had just stuck with the invasion thing, I mean it would probably be fine, but it wouldn't be half as cool as it is.
right. I agree.
But I love its look, its feel, the way it's shot, and the performances are out fucking standing. I mean, especially the two girls.
Yes.
I the Clara and I can't think of the other girl's name.
So
But
it's Madison Bynes is or I'm sorry, Madison Baines is Samantha and
okay,
Georgia Aiken as Clara. And I noticed like this is her first movie because it said introducing, and she's younger. Like she had to be like I don't know how old,
really,
but
that's
yeah,
her
but
first film.
because it said introducing Georgia Aiken,
Okay,
I caught that this time, and also Chloe Levine, who was in the Transfiguration. She's in the Ranger. She's in
mm,
this. She's fantastic. Every time I
she
see her,
is.
I'm like, just really really good actress. But
But the one who played Clara just blew me away.
dude, yeah, I mean, there's moments in it with her performance that are just like just so. Yeah, I don't know. For somebody so young and for it being their first movie,
Their first
and for
film,
it being this subject matter, right? Like it's
right?
a daunting performance.
Yeah, that too. I mean, this isn't like for being her first film. This is a pretty hardcore movie.
It is. It is, and it's so you got these four. Uh, they're not teenagers, but let's say 20 somethings that are coming off of the psychedelic 60s and the occult and everything, and they're basically killing people to enact a ritual to raise a demon to give them power, and so they break into people's homes and murder them, and they're now it's widely known, it's being reported in the newspapers, and then they
As
show
the
up at this
Christmas
girl's
Killers.
school. Yeah, and they show up at this girl's school on Christmas, and basically home invade the people that are staying there, and it does get very uncomfortable. There's scenes where it's like, man, like people this is I didn't always realize this. Like I used to lend like House of a Thousand Corpses to people that were like nothing about. I'm going to use the word square, but I don't mean it as a derogatory. But like
Hmm.
I never understood like for whatever reason all of the kooky Halloweeny whatever about that
Right.
movie made me not stop and think this movie's fucked up. And then one time, like
Hmm.
a couple of years ago, I watched it. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have been lending this to people. Like, I should have really been way more selective about who I would lend because I'd lend it to like anybody, like, oh, here, check this movie out. It's great.
We love that movie, and to us, we watch it, and it's very like bright, psychedelic,
Yeah,
neon, fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
yeah,
and we don't think twice about it. But the at work, there's a TV in the break room. I don't watch TV. I wear headphones, but there is somebody who will come in there sometimes and turn on horror movies. And this and House of a Thousand Corpses was a movie that was on in the break room once. And I remember walking in going, "Oh, people aren't going to like this.
Yeah.
This isn't a break room movie, even though I love this movie." And somebody got really upset and changed it. I mean, personally,
Oh,
I don't think we need TVs in the break room, and I think the news is way more offensive than any horror movie ever.
I know,
But
right? There's your real horror story.
this is why I always have headphones on. But people find that movie very jarring and uncomfortable, and I guess it
And it
crosses
is.
lines for them.
It's a really fucked up
And
movie. I mean, there's systematic torture and mutilation
right.
and terrible things, but it's like just done in this way, right? And this movie
See,
isn't
I
quite
watched
that, but
right.
there's
I
some
watched
dark shit.
I think we get lost in the Alice in Wonderland of House of a Thousand Corpses, and that's not going to be for everybody.
Right. And again, this isn't quite like that, but this is maybe the same thing, but it's this isn't as fucked up as that movie, but there's some pretty dark, terrible shit that happens in this movie. But again, I think it's leveraged with in a way that it didn't. You
Right.
really have to
I
stop and think about it to be like, oh, this is pretty fucked up, you know?
I mean, I guess it depends on the person too, because I mean, as mentioned, it deals with them killing people to do an occult ritual. Um, you and I have a deep interest in
Yeah.
the occult and do not think of the devil and Satan in the same way,
Right. Well, we also
as
don't think of it in the same way that these yahoos do, right? And
no, we
like,
don't. We do not.
right, and we have an interest in the occult, but like neither one of us are about to go like break into our neighbor's house and cut their fucking,
Right.
stomach open or whatever. So,
But that is a subject that it doesn't bother us, but like my mother is afraid of anything that any kind of stories that have to do with the occult that crosses a line for her. So I mean, some people be some people may be more sensitive to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
what's interesting, and yeah, you're exactly right. And what's interesting is like that made me just flash on that movie God is a Bullet. And that movie was super offensive to me. But the thing about that movie that was offensive to me, or it was offensive, but it was like too much. And the thing was because they weren't actually practicing any demonic stuff, they were just
Right.
using that shtick to like rape kids. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's really rape and murder children. I was like, that's fucked up. So,
Mm-hmm.
if they had just been killing kids for Satan, I would have been like, well, it's fine. It's not fine, but like for my movie, it's fine, right?
Right. It wouldn't you wouldn't have batted an eye at it.
Yeah, exactly. But it just took it to yeah. The movie's gross. Well made for sure, but gross. Um,
I like that one too, but I was absolutely disappointed that
well, when it turns out that they're not, it's
yeah,
like
that
really, it's
that
just
was
they're
the disappointing
posers.
part. Hmm.
I don't know. Cut Slayer into your fucking forearm and give me 20. Um, Anyway, well, we've really like segued into other movies, but yeah, it's Jen Wexler Sacrifice Game. This to me is a new annual Christmas tradition. I don't have a lot of. I watch Black Christmas pretty much every year. I watch Krampus every other year, something like that. I mean, the Christmas thing doesn't motivate me that much. I do the ghost story thing now, but even that only lasts like a week or two. Um, I mean, we reviewed the new Silent Night, Deadly Night. I I will definitely buy that and watch that every year
Oh yeah,
for
me too.
sure. But otherwise, I don't really. The weird thing is, at some point, I realized like I don't have any like love lost for Santa Claus or any of that mythology, but I actually think that I must feel Killer Santa movies are a little bit like in bad taste for some reason because I generally do
Oh, I
not
love
like
them.
any of them. And
I like
like I
Santa
watched Santa's
slashers.
Sleigh last year. I can tell you nothing about that movie. I enjoyed it when I watched it. Not one single thing stuck to my head other than, oh, that's Fran Drescher, because I didn't know who she was and I always heard the name. Other than that, I couldn't tell you the single, like, it just didn't, it slid right off my brain.
Okay. See, I am not. I hate this holiday. Um, it stresses me out, but So watching festive horror movies was always a way to kind of deal with it on my terms.
Yeah.
I was finding something in this obnoxious season that I enjoyed, but it, and I like a lot of festive horror, it just depends on, I mean, sometimes I'll be kind of festive and I'll watch tons of Santa slashers in the month of December, and then other other times I just want to ignore that it's going on at all, and I will only watch holiday horror, like for the Joe Bob special and
Right,
whatever we
right.
do for the show.
Yeah,
And
yes.
that's all, and that's all I'll watch that month or that year. So it can be real hit or miss. This this will become a regular one for me for December. Like um
It's a good regular watch. I've enjoyed it each time I've watched it.
yeah, it's a really good horror movie that happens to be festive.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even that festive. It's just, this is, I would say, like,
Festive enough. I mean,
it's
this
festive
is
enough.
about
There's
as
a Christmas
festive,
tree and some presents or whatever, but
right?
it's not the main gist. It just
No,
happens to
it's
take
not.
place on Christmas, right? It's like, in that way, it's a lot like Black Christmas.
That's
Uh,
about as festive as I get, though.
well, but like Santa's sleigh, I mean, even though I just got done saying nothing stuck, but I remember to me, when you
Yes,
say festive
that is
horror,
very.
that, or like Krampus, that
Mhm.
every single aspect of it is
Oh
Christmas.
yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, this is a good. I've enjoyed this each. I've watched it, I guess, 3 years in a row now, and I've enjoyed it each year. Um, it's a Shudder original, I think, so I
Yeah,
don't
I
think it's
believe
going
so.
anywhere. It's been on there since it came out, so
Yeah, I believe it's a Shudder original, and it's definitely worth your time.
agreed.
And
Absolutely
I'm
agreed.
glad we watched it apparently again for this show because apparently I watched it and I didn't remember it. So
Ah, it
now I'll
happens.
remember it.
It definitely happens. But yeah, Jen Wexler, make more movies, please. Really,
Yes, please.
really enjoy both of these.
And if you're listening to us and you haven't seen The Ranger, it's also great.
Yes, it is.
Like,
Also
and
on
it's also
Shudder.
on Shudder because I believe it was also an original and
Yeah,
probably isn't
really good
going
flick.
anywhere.
Really good
Really
flick.
good.
So that's on Shudder. The Sacrifice Game for Christmas, coming to you after Christmas. Again, sorry about that. I had wanted to do like December. I told you about this. I think the last 2 years, not last year, the year before, I did something called Dream December that I just invented, and I did
Mhm.
all these dream movies in December, and. And it started as an accident, and it was like I watched one movie and then another movie, and I was like, "Oh, I could make this a thing." Dream December. Oh my God, there you go. And I've not been able to make it happen again. And there's something about December that it just steamrolls me. Like it just blows by so fucking fast. So I'm sorry that we didn't get this up before Christmas. But, I mean, really, to me, if you're watching, this will go up Monday, the 29th. So I don't know. If
Still the holiday season.
Yeah, it's still the holiday season. That's what I was going to say. Or, jot it down for next year.
Right. I tend to consider it, you know, the holidays, they're not over until January 2nd.
Yes,
Then it's
agreed.
over.
Yeah, then
So
it's
this
over.
this still this still fits.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. And also, I think the first time I watched it, I don't think it was in December. So, um, I don't think I realized what it was. So,
Because when it
uh,
first came to Shudder, I think it dropped like in the summertime.
it might have. Yeah, it might have.
Like it didn't drop when it should have. Like at Christmas, being a Christmas set movie, I want to say it dropped like in July or
Yeah, it
something.
might have.
And I think I looked up the synopsis, saw it had to do with the holidays, and went, I don't want to watch this now. It's not.
I'll bet that's why you have that previous review that didn't really stick.
Probably.
I saw that on there. I didn't see when you added that review, but I would wager that's probably why.
I would too, because I connect with stories. I watch movies, I think, in a really unique way. And when it works, it's an amazing viewing experience. But if it doesn't work, it it doesn't work.
Well, it's like anything else. I mean, my favorite, one of my, any of my favorite movies or records or whatever, if I'm not in the mood to watch or listen to them, it's not going to be magic like it is when I'm in,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? It's just
Right.
not. So, not that I'm going to hate it, but it's just not going to be.
It's
So,
just not the right time.
when you meet something, if you meet it and it's not the right time, that's why a lot of times I'll be like, yeah, I didn't like that, but I'm going to come back to it.
Hmm.
You know?
Well, and you and I also have always said, like, there have been times when one of us would give a book or a movie
Hmm.
to the other one as a gift, and don't we don't read it or watch it or whatever until the right time. So
Right.
I might
Yep.
have this book for 5 years, but when I read it, it's magic and it found me
Yep.
at exactly the right time. And
Yep.
you're the only other person I know
I
who
understand
seems
it
to understand this.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I mean, I like that a lot, actually.
because I know you and I have done it with different things over the years so many times.
Yep.
And it's like, but when it finds you, it's magic.
Magic, not unlike the magic where you have to, track down a priest and cut part of his stomach out to get a weird occult tattoo.
That was a gnarly scene.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly scene. But yeah, so that's on Shudder. That's the Sacrifice Game. And I'm Sean.
And I'm Missy.
When incoming high school senior Lisa McCready's boyfriend and classmates are brutally murdered at a party in the woods, the quiet suburban community of Sundown Hills transforms into a paranoid nightmare. Betrayal, corruption, and dark family secrets push Lisa dead center into a burgeoning class war where rival millionaires plot to steal the town's future between reliance on big oil and the incoming age of legalized weed, electric cars, and social conscience. As she struggles for answers, the killings continue, and Lisa finds the world she knew is little more than a lie to placate the masses and keep a satanic 1% in power. From the demented mind of Sean C. Baker, author of Murder Virus, A Collection of Desires, and Volume 4, comes Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, a teenage giallo mystery. Available now. Zalos es